Hi everyone, this is Teresa Parker, your host, and you are listening to Area 58, a place where we like to talk about ghosts, Bigfoot, aliens, and you name it. We're based out here in the Mojave Desert, and yeah, it's a mysterious place, but it's not the only mysterious place. I'm in California, clearly, and in about 2 months, I'm going to be going up for my first... Well, let me back up a little bit. Let me back up just a teensy little bit. My forte, if you could even call it that, is more ghost related. I've done my fair share of ghost hunting and I've seen my fair share of ghosts. But I have never seen a Bigfoot, and I'm on my way to Northern California in about 60 days or so to North Battle Creek Reservoir. Yeah, North Battle Creek Reservoir. I haven't been there yet. I've seen it online, and I'm going to drop a couple names. Matt Moneymaker, thank you, dude. Thank you, BFRO, for the report that you took from the people who the son and the dad had a little incident, had, stuff going on there. And as far as I'm concerned, bipedal, heavy foot, walk right up to a tent, don't say nothing like a human would, or, well, let's put it this way. Sorry. A regular person should not be walking up. A human should not be walking up on your tent. That happened. So, this is what I heard. These folks got up there, and I'm just going to paraphrase. There was a grown son. He was in his 40s, and their parents went camping. They were in site number 10 at this particular location. Now, this is just northwest, really north, but a little west slightly, of Lassen, Mount Lassen, and that whole area. And, there's been tons of sightings there. See, even my dog said so. Sorry, guys. You just never know around here. I'm on a ranch, so anything could make noise out here. Anyway, and surgery on my shoulder, so that's why I'm wearing the sling. But they had an incident where the dad, I think they said he was like 66 or something like that. The dad goes out fishing early in the morning. He hears howls in the morning, many of them coming from different sides of the lake. And he gets back to the camp and he asks his wife if she heard it. And she said, yeah, but she thought it was the cows. And I've seen range cows in the mountains, and something would probably have to happen for them to even care. I mean, they're so carefree, it's not even funny. And they get to go anywhere they want to go and eat whatever they want. Of course, they usually have a cowbell on. You hear that motorcycle? Yeah, me too. Anyway, he hears the howls and he goes back and asks his wife. Yeah, she heard them too. She thought they were cows. Talked to the son. He heard them too. He didn't think they were cows. I believe that. I have that story straight. And then that night, the son had something prowling around his tent. He was sleeping out in the tent, and I believe the parents were sleeping like in a trailer or something with a door, because then the next night when he told his dad what had happened, that something was prowling around and making noise, his dad decided to scare him and put up like a tripwire sort of thing where he could pull it and, make the son's tent, do things and make noise. But he never got there because I guess the son didn't get up or something. There was something to the story where it didn't quite work out. And then something not long after that walked right through the camp and basically busted that tripwire. Bipedal, heavy footfall. So, what you gonna make of that? Matt Moneymaker said, get your butt up there. I don't have a FLIR. I don't have one. Being a ghost hunter, by quote unquote, it's not the proper way to say it, by trade, I have some equipment that I'm going to check for EMF because I'd like to know if there's any unusual spikes out there. There should not be. We'll record while we're doing it. I'll take a lot of pictures, talk a lot of video. We're trying to procure something to get on the water with, the lake there. So if we can get out in the lake, I'll be able to take some good pictures along the shoreline. We'll be paying attention. We're just going to be paying attention. You know, most people go there and aren't paying attention. We're not going there to hunt for Bigfoot, but should something wonderful happen, like something walk through our campsite, maybe we'll hear it. Maybe we'll hear some howls. I'm a newbie in that. I'm not a newbie with ghosts. I think we're all newbies with aliens, except for those who say they've been, you know, abducted. But, you know, I don't know. I don't have a point of reference. So, given that we talk about everything on this particular YouTube channel, yeah, we're going to talk about Bigfoot a lot. And I'll bring my co-host in next he's on, and he's going to, one of these days, we'll have his story. You don't want to miss that. He's seen him. He's seen him up close and personal 2 nights in a row, and he has witnesses. So this is something that we will get into. But be my first foray into the, you know, I'm not going in fat, dumb, and happy, meaning I at least have some foresight that, you know, sounds could be something other than, you know, a cow. You know, that sort of thing. I really appreciate when people tell their stories, because then other people find out, and then, you know, look at, we've got our vacation plans for, we're going to be up there for 4 days, Monday through Friday, and we're going to see what happens. You know, well, I guess it was an uneventful trip for those folks, except for those 2 instances where they were pretty sure something very large, and it wasn't a deer that walked through their camp. And the reason why the son, you know, didn't think it was a deer or even a bear is because he felt like he could hear bipedal walking. That's the first thing. But also the fact that he yelled, "Hey, get out of here," or something like that. You know, he got scared right away and thought, somebody's walking up, and he yelled, and whatever it was kind of walked away really quickly. But it came back. You know, I don't know bear behavior. I don't know deer behavior, but I do know animal behavior in general, and you scare them off, and that's that. They're not going to stick around, come back, and see if you changed your mind, you know. They're going to have a thought to them like, ooh, got to get the, you know what, out of here. And anyway, so this is what's going down, as they say, and here's what I want to throw to you guys. I want to ask you for advice. What should I do when I get up there? As I said, I'm going to record. I've got 3 different ways to take video, 3 different ways to take, 3 different ways to get video, 2 different ways to get stills, and I have audio recording capabilities. I do have one of those kitty parabolics you see online. They work. They really do. I use them out here in the ranch because we like to see what kind of birds are chirping. We'll point it around to different bird sounds. We've got a less than probably 200 feet from me right now. We've got a red-tailed hawk nest with babies. So we've been hearing some noises up there. We just like to, you know, I like to, and coyotes or whatever, you know, that's going on out here in the desert. So I'm going to bring that. And it does work, and it has a small capability of recording. So what I'll try and do is record. I don't have any way to get it off of there other than to record it again, you know, play it and then record it. So it'll be distorted probably by the time, you know, it gets on maybe my phone or something, but, or a regular recorder, but it's better than nothing. You know, if I start hearing some howls, I'm going to try and record those. I will have the recorder going almost the entire time, most definitely at night. I do have a trail cam. I thought about putting that somewhere where it was just in a dumb place, like, I don't know, in front of the truck. Because the way I understand this is the closest unit, the closest campsite to the water. So I thought maybe depending on how, you know, the vehicle situation is, or where we're supposed to camp, the actual camping area, I might be able to point it towards the lake. I don't want to point it towards other campers. They will be behind me, but I just want to point it towards the lake in case something does go through and has to trigger it. So I'll have that. I know everybody says they don't work. Well, this is not going to be in the middle of the forest. It's actually going to be in a place where human things will be seeing a lot of weird things, and hopefully that'll throw off the ability to not want to step in front of it, because it will be aimed in a direction it will probably be walking, if I understood the story properly. But yeah, man, this is going to be fun. Wish me luck. Give me advice. Tell me what I should bring. I don't have a floor, as I said. I wish I did. I'm going to come up with something to get in the water with, even if I have to buy some small craft to do it, some blow-up thing to get out there. It's not that large of a lake. You can look it up, North Battle Creek Reservoir. It's in Northern California. PG&E actually owns it, and so they're the ones that get the money for the campsites for campers paying to come in. And I guess in April it was still pretty snowy, but I really look forward to a cooler climate up there. I know when we're going it's going to be a little hotter, quite a bit hotter, but you know, it's 5,600 elevation, so. And it's one of the only reservoirs in this one particular area, and I noticed in looking at the map that there's a ton of clear cut to the west. So kind of surrounding this area, really. And I thought that was interesting too, because I thought, you know, if they're clearing out trees, I don't know, maybe Bigfoot doesn't want to be there. It's just too barren, you know, or something. But then again, I guess in the clear would be where you might see deer too. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have that point of reference, but I definitely want your point of reference. Tell me which, you know, what do you think I should take with me? And what should I do? Because we're going to act natural and just do our normal thing. We're not going to do anything unusual. We might take day walks, you know. I don't know if there's roads around there we can hike, you know, or I mean trails around the lake. I'm hoping there's a trail around the lake. That would be great if we could hike all the way around the lake. That would be wonderful. You know, it's big cat, it's bear country, but you know, we'll have precautions. We'll bring our bear spray and our whistles and all these things, and hopefully no one will bother us, and we'll just have a grand time. And yeah, I want to hear from you guys. And if you have been to this place, you know, please let me know. I'm going to put the name of this in the title so that, you know, it'll catch your eye. Bigfoot, I'll tag Bigfoot and all these different things so that we can get some eyeballs on the video so you guys can tell me what I should be doing when I get up there. So that's that. I'm embarking on a new adventure, and this is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I'm going to have just absolute blast. I think we're going to have family up there from a little further up, higher up. We got some family up in Oregon and Northern California, so hopefully they'll come by. And yeah, we're taking up 2 spots, number 10 and number 7. And there's only 10 reservable campsites there. So I hurried up and got a date I could get. It was 4 days in the middle of the week, so there'd be hardly anybody there, hopefully. And we'll just see what happens. What do you guys think? Are you excited for me? I hope so, because I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. I've been camping a ton of times. I love dry camping. I love any kind of camping, actually. I'll take it all, but I prefer dry camping. I want to rough it. You know, I don't want to Taj Mahal. So we're going to tent camp. We just bought our new Gazelle, T4, I think it is. It sleeps 4, but it says by the 4 if you only have 2, so you can have extra space. So that's what we did. And yeah, whew, baby, I am looking forward to this. And normally my old bones can't handle sleeping in a tent anymore because old bones, you know, and joints and stuff. But we got some good cushions, so we're hoping we'll be comfortable. And I don't think it's going to be colder than maybe 50 degrees at nighttime. So we got tons of wood we're going to take up with us so we can have good nighttime fires. It's been a while. I really look forward to this. I want you guys' advice. Be kind. I haven't been. Now, if you want to ask me about ghosts, I can tell you stuff all day. That is purely theory. Guys that have been looking at Bigfoot for years, it's not theory, they've had eyes on. I can only tell you what I've seen, the ghosts I've seen, but I can't tell you where they come from. We know where Bigfoot comes from. The mountains, the hills, the woods, sometimes incorporated, but mostly unincorporated. All, you know, in California, I hear tell, there's a couple places over there in Northwest, and then certain parts of the Sierra. And this being, you know, above Tahoe, to the west a little bit, to the northwest. I think so anyway. Oh, I hope I said that right. Yeah, it's mountainy. It's, like I said, about 5,600 feet and lots and lots of pines. So, yeah. So I want you guys to help me out here. Tell me, oh, do you like my abominable stuff? And I got right here, I want to show you guys something. A friend of mine, a wonderful, wonderful artist. Hopefully you can see this. It's myself and Wolfgang out on a jaunt. We have Bigfoot in here with his, you guys see that? Sticking his, he's looking at us. Here I am, here's Wolfgang, hoo-hoo, a ghost, some sparkly orbs. And by the way, yeah, Renee is her name, and her last name starts with a D, and I can't pronounce it, so sorry, Renee. But you get full credit for this beautiful watercolor here. Which leads me to another story. I want to tell you guys a story, speaking of orbs. Okay. I'm going to say probably 3 years now, 3 years ago. Sitting out on the porch. Jay went to go pee. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. It was summer. I'm trying to remember now. You know what? In this moment in time, I can't remember if the patio light was on or not. But I know this much. The light did not extend that far, you know, because I remember, I think there was a light on because I remember telling somebody later that the light only extended so far you couldn't see into the dark after so much space, and the light was on the porch. I'm sitting there, minding my own business. I might have had a beer in my hand, but I wasn't drunk, for sure. Sober as could be. I'm just sitting there in my little chair out there, just sitting there. I couldn't believe what I saw. I saw one orb, self-illuminating, and I'm going to tell you it was about 4 inches around, circumference, or diameter, or cross, about 4 inches. And it started low to, when I saw it, it was low to the ground, and we have this small rustic fence out front where it's just 2 rungs. It started just above the bottom rung, okay, just above the bottom rung. So I can't lift my arm, it's not going to kill me. The bottom rung, and then it rose up, and then it moved. I'm looking at it this way, so it moved this way, up, and when it went past the top rung, it just completely disappeared. I never saw it again. But while it was in transit, while it was moving, it was bright orange. I don't mean neon orange. I just mean bright orange, like more reddish orange than orange. I guess a little more burnt orange, maybe. That sounds better. And it flickered halfway through its movement to where one half of it was darker and one half of it was lighter. I know. Crazy, huh? It just moved. It moved and then went up, and then there was the top to the top rung, and once it would have gone up and over, I never saw it again after it broke that plane. Self-illuminating. Of course, I had to look it up. What does an orange orb mean? It means protection. It mostly, at least in what I had read at the time, it meant protection, and it was Native American in origin from what I read. You guys will correct me, I'm sure, if I'm wrong, or you have a different thought on the subject, but I'm just telling you what I read at in the moment. And it was crazy. Self-illuminating. And I come from the school of, there's really no such thing as real orbs. I mean, let me back that up. There is such a thing as real orbs, but people mistake a lot of things as orbs that aren't. I'm from that school. I believe people, I mean, you can put a camera with a light, beat your bed, and all these particles will fly everywhere, and you'll swear to God, they're just a bunch of orbs, and they're not. They're not orbs. They're just particles, dust particles, bugs. People can think they see orbs all the time. And just because something changes directions means nothing. It really does mean nothing. It all matters on how, when, where, and, and all that stuff. It makes all the difference. Something can float by you in the camera and off, and then come right back and zoom off because airflow. I mean, it's a small particle and it gets blown up by the light. This was not blown up by the light. This much I can tell you. And it being a Native American protection, I thought, that's perfect. Because we live on land, I still find arrowheads today. So, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take that protection. But I thought, that was interesting. That was real interesting. And comforting in a way. And validating, because like I said, I come from the school of hardly anything people think are orbs, and then to actually see a self-illuminating, huge one, this teeny little thing going, we're talking 4 inches moving, this much, can't go that far. Do you know what I mean? You guys get what I'm saying? And that was right here at the ranch. Now, we're on the west side of the Mojave. And so we, everything's been out here. There have been sightings of Bigfoot not too far from here and behind where there's a mountain community. We're on the foothills here on the outside. Of course, numerous stories have been made about, Edwards Air Force Base and our connection to aliens there. And then you have ghosts, and we've seen ghosts right here. And now I've seen an orb. This was, like I said, several years ago, and blew my mind, and also made me feel very privileged, I guess. I don't know the origin. Do you guys? I don't know. I'm just happy I saw one, and I'm like, I'd like to see another one. This was probably, I'm going to say, 40 feet away. Yeah, pretty crazy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I hope you enjoyed the fact that I'm going to be heading out of town, and I want to know what you know about North Battle Creek Reservoir. Tell me everything, and or what you know, what you can give me as advice to go see Patty's relative. Let's just put it that way. You guys have a good day. I am Teresa Parker, your host, and this has been Area 58. Thank you.